Hey guys, I am back from a 3-day camping trip in Western Scotland. We went to the Applecross campsite, which is an incredible location. It's close by to so many really impressive scenic hikes and coastlines, and it's just amazing. So I have some footage here to share with you guys, and I'm also going to be sharing a few of my plein air paintings from this trip, and I'll post them as separate videos because I didn't want to have to squish everything into one long video. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and we'll get into the painting soon. Where are we? Well, we're near Applecross, but we drove along the coast for a while and found this beautiful view and decided to stop, and we're gonna have a little snack and I'm gonna paint. So I'm gonna put you on my chest mount, and hopefully it won't be too windy for you, but yeah, hopefully you enjoy the painting either way. Just a heads up, I'm going to speed up some of the early portions of the painting just because the brushwork took longer than the palette knife work. So didn't want to waste too much of your time. Just going to start off with a little sketch of my horizon so I know where my mountains are going to be. And I have to decide if I want there to be a lot of sky or a lot of land. And I think I'm going to have the mountains around here. Just to get it flowing, and then I'm going to work pretty thick and loose and fast. Because why not? I'm going to do my clouds with my brush, and then I'm going to come back in with my palette knife and do the mountains and the land, just to make these a little softer up here. Burnt umber to that to cool to kind of neutralize that blue a little bit, and then occasionally I'm sweeping in some of that bright blue sky that we see. Fill in my watercolor while I have all my blue in my palette. Okay, I'm going to mix up some light browns and start working on those mountains. So which mountains are these? You don't know? Oh God! I just dropped my palette knife. It's bound to happen, you guys. I think my gloves have seen better days. My brush holder is not working too well because I'm actually sitting, and it's not able to hang off the side, so I might as well just have it off there. I'm gonna start laying in some of the foreground. Just to start designing it. working with some raw umber, raw sienna, and Naples yellow, which I love for landscape. It's not as vibrant as the other yellows, it's a little more muted, and it has a beautiful tone. I just realized I'm painting the boards underneath these because they're off to the side there, but oh well. I'm gonna have a mess on my hands anyway. Like, just keep getting it all over my gloves, and it is what it is. It's worth it. There's actually some purple in the shadows, so I'm going to throw some of that in there too. Right now I'm just having a lot of fun with my impasto and palette knife, getting some big scrapes, and I need to take my gloves off because they're in the way. Kind of a cliff on this side, so I'm gonna work on that. And let's go back to some of my lighter values again. Throwing a little white, get some nice sandy tones. To the neon god they made. Just a little bit of purple is enough to almost add like a grayed out, more of a muted brown. Aw, thanks for taking photos. What do you think about the thick palette knife? Yeah?
Yeah.
It's definitely a certain look. You have to be okay with more spontaneity, but you can still like guide the eye with the shadows and highlights, and color. So it's a fun challenge for sure. All right, so I'm gonna start working in back here. I let the canvas peek through in a few areas in this foreground. I'm not using any green, by the way, because this landscape is very muted and brown and like rusty tones. So I'm gonna capture some of my lighter or mid-tone of the brown in the background. Then I'll come back in and with a little shadow, and I'm also going to let the canvas peek through back here as well. What you snacking on?
Yeah,
do I get any? Oh my god, Cheetos. You were trying to distract me? Sorry, I'm sniffling so much. Hopefully it doesn't bother you guys too much. Okay, so my shadows changed a lot since we sat down. There's sun like cascading across the mountains back there, and it keeps changing. And so I have to really decide on a specific lighting scheme very early in the painting and stick with it. You can't keep changing your lighting to try to match it because it just constantly changes. So we are they're so good. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I'm sticking with it, which was a very kind of sunny, spotty landscape. All right, now I'm getting very blue and very purple for some of the shadows near the shore back there. But otherwise, I'm not having too much darkness. When I'm finished with these mountains in the back, I'm going to come back in with one broad sweep of color for the water to kind of level out that shoreline back there. Just clean it up a bit, but for the most part, I'm leaving it a little raw and rough. I like how the mountains sort of seem like they're fading in and out of the clouds. I do still have to add the highlights because there's snow on those peaks, so we will have a little fun with that. Parts of those peaks are in shadow and part are just beaming with light, and the snow is reflecting, and it's just gorgeous. A lot of these foreground mountains are in shadow. Remember how to do it? Like a little video? Yeah. It's actually, you have to do that way if you're going to share it on the Instagram stories, which is kind of annoying because it's not the best way to view something, but okay, gonna get some blue again. Some of those background mountains. All right, I'm coming back to my bright brush. I kept this one clean with blue and white so I don't have to clean it. Some shadows on those clouds again. Oh, the softness of oil. It's glorious. Okay, now back to pure white, and with this I'm going to carefully just dot the peaks back there, only on the sunny side where you can see the sun reflecting that snow. With a tiny amount of the, I'm going to mix in a little blue for the snowy shadows. Shadows, snow? The snow that is in shadow. It's a little more muted, I guess. And so it keeps the eye, lets the eye see the snow on the bright side more easily. Just a tiny bit. I can't go too intense because it'll start to look unnatural, but okay, so we're almost done. Gonna get some more blue. As I said, I'm gonna sweep some thick paint under those mountains, kind of level out, and also add a little shimmer back there. It's a little brighter back there, so like it's kind of gonna look like this, the light is reflecting on the water. Oh, I have lots of paint on the side of my box. Painting the box as much as I'm painting my canvas, I guess. So, this was fun. It's a little quickie. Just a little more shadow on the side. Soften this out a little. Actually, there are some like blue mountains. Blue mountains. Kind of back here. a little bit behind here. But yeah, okay. Let's keep it loose. I sometimes get caught up doing all these little details. I'm like, oh yeah, I want to make it loose and fun, and the impasto helps, especially using the palette knife, because you kind of have to be loose and fast with it. Alright, I'll give you guys a little close-up. See if I want to add anything at the last minute. Perhaps some quick highlight in these clouds. Just keeping it really loose though. Barely holding my brush with any kind of tightness, so it just like flutters across the canvas. All right, I'm calling it, and I apparently am covered in paint. And my brushes are. That's why I am, probably. So, set that down for a second. I will, since it's a little hard to see with the GoPro, I'm gonna use my nice camera to give you guys a close-up. But I hope you enjoyed this. So overall, this camping trip was so much fun, and the fact that I also got to do a bunch of plein air painting just was the icing on the cake. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will be doing a few more similar. I have a couple more paintings from this trip I want to share with you guys, and let me know if you have any questions about my materials or my process. And yeah, I really appreciate all the previous comments you guys have been leaving, and new subscribers, welcome to the channel. And I guess I will see you again soon.